Hey guys! So I know I promised in my first video that my next video would be a video about my cons experiences that I've gone to and ones that I plan on going to. But I've been watching Supernatural lately and I've had a lot of paranormal things happen to me, and I am personally a little bit psychic. I'm gonna wait a few videos to talk about that because it does sound extraordinarily weird when I say it out loud, you know, to say that I have psychic abilities. It just for like the first paranormal video, it's just a little bit out there. But you know, I have had a lot of paranormal experiences in my house, and the funny thing is, my house is not haunted. No one's died in it that we know of. You know, it used to be, you know, orange groves. I live in Florida, so orange groves, yay. Orange groves used to be here. This built in the 60s, you know, not a lot of things have happened on this, you know, land. So that just kind of makes it a lot more weird for my paranormal experiences. So in this video, I think I'm going to talk about maybe my biggest experience I've had. And then I'll film another video to post right after this one about like a lot of the minor ones that I've had. So the biggest one I ever had in my house, I was probably 10, 11, I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time. You know, my house isn't very active right now, and it was active for like maybe a year solid, where I just kept seeing, you know, an apparition, and then I saw another apparition, and I saw like red eyes, and I heard voices and all that fun stuff. So we'll talk about that in other videos. Sorry, I have wax on my bracket because it's been killing me, so if I tell you that, I'm sorry. But okay, I was really young, and my house layout is my grandparents' house is in the back, and it connects to the dining room, and then it connects to the kitchen. So, bedroom, dining room, kitchen. Kind of like an L shape. And I was sitting at the end of my grandmother's bed, watching TV, and out of the corner of my eye, you can see the door into the dining room. And my light just flickered, that's creepy. And I'm sitting there, just staring straight, and out of the corner of my eye, I see something. And so I'm like, whatever, it's nothing. And then it stands there for literally like 30 seconds, and I'm just completely ignoring it. And I finally look over, and there is this tall black apparition, just solid black mass. I'm actually getting really creeped out talking about this. And I look at it, and it looks at me, and just nods. And I couldn't see any features because, you know, with a black mass you don't see features, but I could see a top hat, and I could see he was in like a suit, like a long suit. To be honest, it kind of looked like Abraham Lincoln. So kind of weird. And then he looked at me for a second, nodded, like I said, and then turned to his right and walked into the kitchen, and I heard no footsteps. He just completely disappeared into the kitchen with no footsteps. That honestly is the biggest thing that has ever happened to me in this house. It was so creepy, but he wasn't malevolent. He was just, I really want you to see me. Like, he waited there for 30 seconds for me to look at him, and when I finally did, that's when he turned and left. So he just wanted me to acknowledge that he was there, and that is absolutely crazy for me to just be in my own house that I've literally lived here my entire life. I'm turning 19 in 3 weeks. I've lived here my entire life. And it was just insane to witness something in my own house when I've never been to any paranormal sites and ever. So that was the most exciting ghost thing that's ever happened to me in my house. And I am absolutely thrilled to be able to say that. You know, I don't know, it's just insane to think that I'm sitting at the end of my grandparents' bed and I see a ghost. And, you know, he was really tall too, because we had like a 5-foot Christmas tree, and it was on like a 1.5-foot tall table, so he was like really tall, and he covered that thing. You could not see the Christmas tree at all, and he was solid. I mean, solid as my black shirt, and it was just insane. So like I said, that is the biggest thing that's ever happened. Some of the more minor things is I was laying on my couch, and my family room is also connected to my kitchen. It has 2 entrances, and my grandmother had just come and given me something, and I'm laying there, and she starts walking to the kitchen, and directly beside her is a woman that looks identical to my grandmother. My grandmother does not have a twin, and she's not dead. And she walks directly beside her. The woman is in a nightgown, and half of her goes through the wall. So like, here's the woman, here's the wall. Just half of her goes through the wall, right beside my grandmother. It was absolutely insane, because I didn't know if that meant my grandmother was gonna die. Obviously she hasn't died, you know, like 9 years later. But that was so creepy. And then, I'm not sure if this actually happened. I vaguely remember it happening, but you know, matrixing and things like that. But I was in my pool, and my door to the pool is just a glass door. And I swear I looked up and saw like a face and kind of like reddish eyes. I don't know if I'm just picturing, like, remembering that weirdly or what, but I kind of remember it happening. So those are the things I've seen. Yeah, I just can't get over the fact that in my own house I've seen an apparition, you know, at least twice. And it's just so creepy. Like, it's insane. I think it's got to do something with my psychicness, because like I said, no one's died here. Abraham Lincoln certainly did not live in Florida and didn't die here. He died in like Pennsylvania or whatever, so it's not Abraham Lincoln. But yeah, I'm definitely going to start doing research on the house. I'm actually going to go to the library today if I can and start doing research on the property here and see if there were any deaths or anything like that, because I really want to figure out who I could be seeing, or if people of the spirits are just attaching themselves to me because, you know, I was vulnerable, and kids can see ghosts a lot better than adults can. So I've rambled on enough for today. I'm actually going to film the second part of this and tell you about noise I just heard. Tell you about the audible things I've heard, which are really creepy as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to tell me if you like paranormal videos. I don't have a lot of paranormal things to talk about, but I can obviously upload the next video, and I can upload, if you want to hear about my psychic ability, I will share it. As psychotic as it seems, you know, it's weird to me, but it is actually very fascinating if you like this kind of thing. And maybe I'll try and go to some haunted places. My friends and I are going to try and go to St. Augustine, so we're going to go to haunted places. So wish me luck, I can go to St. Augustine with them. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this, and tell me what you think. Goodbye, guys.